The eating disorder I have is bulimia restricting type. And as far as I can tell, I have had this my whole life, actually. I tended to keep it secret. I know that not all women do that, but for me, there was so much shame and secrecy involved that not only did I feel alone and helpless, I felt I didn't even understand what was happening to me. I didn't really know what having the eating disorder meant. So inside of that like hopeless, helpless place where I was keeping it a secret, I wasn't reaching out for help. And I wasn't really allowing help to come towards me. So yeah, very isolated.
Sarah is not alone. As many as 10 million women in the United States suffer in silence from an eating disorder. Whether it's bulimia or anorexia, one thing remains the same. It is often a coping strategy for life that is deeply impacted by emotional trauma or some other psychological tragedy.
As a child, I was living with a lot of stress and confusion. There was abuse in my family, and I basically wasn't really well equipped to handle it, and I internalized it all. I think as a child, my eating disorder was a source of control. I was able to, as I restricted my food intake, I had control over my food intake, and by restricting my food intake, I was able to control my feelings to some degree. The eating disorder became a way to manage my feelings.
But emerging from the shadows of such a difficult past isn't easy. In fact, the shame of admitting to having the disorder is one of the best-kept secrets among women afflicted by it. Because of this, studies show that eating disorders have the highest mortality rate of any mental illness. Sarah is one of the lucky ones. She sought help at the Nova Luna Center in Maui and has learned tools that have helped her free herself from a painful past and move beyond her eating disorder toward a future that is full of promise and worth.
She's become much more reconnected or connected with her true nature and has accepted herself beautifully. With that, she's gained trust. And with trust, she's been able to explore and live her life. And that's been a beautiful process to be a part of.
What a woman truly desires is sovereignty, the ability to choose her own path in life. And in order to do that, she moves from a place of unconsciousness to consciousness. The journey to self is, the true self is connected. The true self is courageous. The true self has clarity. The true self has compassion. And it is in this process of doing their work that they come to find their true selves. And it is important for them to live their lives fully and in a balanced manner. And that's what recovery is.
I have a sense of myself inside of me that I didn't have before. And it's kind of profound, actually. It is profound. There's a sense of being in relationship with myself and being able to take care of myself that I never experienced before in my entire life. And it has changed the way I live my life on a day-to-day basis. It's also changed the way I experience life on a day-to-day basis.
There is hope for women suffering from eating disorders. Reaching out for help is the first and perhaps the hardest step. One look at Sarah is proof that working with the right people can make all the difference in the world.
The Nova Luna Center's mission is to empower women on their journeys of healing, and to do so in a fashion that allows them to find their own path. It's not about us prescribing, this is how you have to do it. It's how do you need to do this to find yourself? And we provide all of the tools for them to do that, and they get to do it in their own fashion.
The Nova Luna Center for Eating Disorders is the first center of its kind in the Hawaiian Islands. The experts here manage treatment by safely and compassionately addressing the root causes of an eating disorder, rather than simply treating the symptoms. This is achieved through a multidisciplinary approach that combines integrative therapies and modern scientific advances with holistic healing practices. Treatment modalities are as diverse as the women who come here. Everything from group therapy to mindful eating practices are provided, giving these women the opportunity to come together and support each other through their healing journey.
Equine-assisted psychotherapy is an experiential modality. It's a mental health intervention. And what happens in the arena is we are creating a metaphor to real life. We set up a task for the client and we ask them to go and do the task. The emphasis isn't about completing the task. The emphasis is how does one complete this task? And in this process, often what the clients will do is project onto the horses exactly the issues that they need to address. And so clients get to try on new solutions, find their own solutions, figure out how to problem solve things.
I hear some laughter happening.
The Nova Luna Center also supports the use of evidence-based food therapy, natural herbs and supplements instead of pharmaceutical drugs in most cases. Each program participant completes a questionnaire that is carefully assessed, and from there, a customized nutrition plan is developed. Outlined in the plan are foods or nutraceuticals that will help balance out brain chemistry. The practitioners here find that this is more effective in the long-term healing of imbalances and the overall wellness of women in the program.
So that's not only working just with the eating disorder, but also with their brain chemistry. So that helps them get to a more relaxed place quicker, feeling physically more relaxed, so they can do their therapy better. So the food therapy piece here helps them not only feel good, better physically and get over their eating disorder, but it helps them have a better perspective on their therapy.
Nova Luna is a unique program, and there's a multidisciplinary model approach to the client. With that multi-spoke model, we address and we approach the client in all the many different layers of the self.
I think the treatment at Nova Luna is excellent. There's a variety of treatment, and inside the variety, I've kind of been able to find my own healing pathway, the one that works for me. There's no formula for this. And I'd like to say to Nova Luna, thank you. It's been such a gift to receive this, and I will be forever grateful.
Every woman has the wisdom and tools within her to fully recover from an eating disorder. The experts here at the Nova Luna Center know how to help you discover the life you are destined to live. To learn more about our program, visit us online.